So my question is, if there is a divide, where is it coming from?
Personal preference, but it also becomes a division based on insecurities.
So diversity, yes, I believe in it. It's a double-edged sword.
The other divide that I see is race. Race is a big deal.
Activism is not attacking someone for their belief.
Hello, guys. I'm Sean Nicholas, and this is Common Courtesy TV. Now, this is a talk show on modern society from an LGBTQ plus perspective. Here with me, I have my awesome co-host. First up, I have nightclub performer and show director. We have Angelique Young.
Hi, hello, yes. What's up, everybody? Ready for another crazy week with this ratchet gang?
And next up, we have a radio personality known as The Voice. We have Ivan Alexander.
The Ratchet Gang. The Ratchet Gang. And here I thought she was all subtle because she was tired from doing all her shows. You know what? We're back.
Shots fired.
It's great to be back. I'm happy everybody's here with us. It's going to be a really great show today. There we go.
Absolutely. All right. And introducing to our panel for the first time, we have actress, activist, and producer. We have Aleesha. Yay.
That is Aleesha. Yay.
Mouth it up.
And I'm really happy to be here with you guys. You know, I really enjoyed this show, and I saw you guys, and I'm like, who are all of these beautiful faces? I think I'm going to have to join them with my beautiful face.
Yes.
Oh, that's how you come through. You flattery and everything, and you are gorgeous. Like when I was talking to you, I'm like, oh, who is this? Who is this? I love you, and we starting a little conversation, and we'll get to know a little bit more about you in the future. But 1 second, guys, this week's episode we have special guests. We have a special guest, and our special guest is also a nightclub performer. And she's a show director at Zoie's, a place for everyone that is opening up at the end of the month. We have Nikki Silva.
What's up? Big fan. It's about time I'm on here, though. So, correct.
Welcome,
Nikki. All right. So really fast, guys, we are giving away 2 free VIP tickets to what seems to me like it's going to be the wildest, spookiest parties in downtown St. Pete. It's going to be Zoie's Halloween Bash 2022. They're featuring some local talents, some performers. They got Lilith Black, they got Cleopatra, they got Camden T. Rage. Also, they have celebrity performers such as Biatch Pudding. So I cannot wait to see what's going on there. I'm you know what? I'm going to be there. I'm going to see.
I'm wearing my costume right now.
Oh.
Love it. I'm here for
All right, folks. So we're going to be seeing 2 code words on the screen. You'll just message us, and the winner could be you. We'll draw those tickets on Friday. But if you also want to purchase some tickets and see the menu at Zoie's, if you want to purchase tickets to the bash, you can go to zoesfl.com/events. But let's get talking to Nikki Silva a little bit. Let's get talking to her and get some details on what's going on at St. Pete's newest little supper club and Zoie's grand opening, and also this Halloween bash. So let's get it popping. So Ivan, you have the first question on this.
Well, Nikki Silva, welcome. I will say I did get to see. I saw the menu ahead of time. Oh my! I cannot wait to eat there. But
It's good, right?
it
It's
looks
sickening.
phenomenal. But right now it's about you. So tell us how you got your career started in the nightclub entertainment, and what would you say your style of drag is?
Well, I got my start back in 2006, I want to say. I was 17 years old, going through problems at home. I didn't really know like where to fit in, that kind of thing. Wasn't really accepted by my family. So, the whole sad story, kicked out on the street, all that. Luckily, I ran into my tribe. And just 17 years old, sneaking into the clubs, all up in drags. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you did well, apparently. See,
Yes, here I am 13 years later.
see, the big difference is though, when somebody asks me a question about age or something, I'm like 19. Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, 2006, it was a good year.
Yes, it was.
So who?
And I do all types of drag. I do camp, I do comedy, I do dance, um, skits, all types of shit.
So you're like Skittles with just the whole rainbow. That'll work. Awesome.
Pretty much, yeah.
They'll be our sponsor next week. I'm working on that. Trust me. So who or what would you say inspires your work the most? Do you have like a big local artist or someone who really just drives you and makes you go, "That's what I'm doing this for," and I really look at this person and admire them a lot?
Um, to be honest with you, I would have to say, and pains me to bring her up, but I would have to say my late best friend that passed away in 2018, Miss Pacifica Rim. The reason I continue and I go on and do everything I do is because her life and her career was cut so short. And me and her started drag together. And anytime I go through any kind of trials or tribulations in the community, I always hear her voice in my head telling me, like, girl, WTF. Pick yourself up.
Awesome.
Get your ass out there. Keep doing what you're doing. So in reality, I do it for her.
Awesome. Definitely. Well, you keep doing you, okay?
Always, honey.
I
Always.
cannot wait to see you with Zoe's, of course.
Me too. It's been a long time coming.
Aleesha, you have the next one.
So, hello and welcome, Nikki. So, I have a few questions. So, the menu is out way before the grand opening. So, can you tell us about Zoe's and what we're in store for and what the style of Zoe's is?
The best way I can describe it is it's an experience like no other. The food is our own genre. It's called Southern Decadence. It's like a mix of Cajun, soul food, comfort food, all with a modern twist. And it's definitely one of a kind, and you will never find it anywhere in the US.
I'm super excited and I'm a foodie, so I can't wait to try it. I will be there. So tell us about the big Halloween bash that we have at the end of the month and the performances and what guests can we look forward to? And I heard there's a costume contest and a cash prize.
Oh, girl. Well, we might as well talk about that cash prize right off the bat because I know that's what everybody really is interested in. So our two special guests that night are season 14 finalist of RuPaul's Drag Race, Angeria Paris Van Michaels, who is no stranger to Florida.
Yes.
I mean, we all seen her at Hamburger Mary's painting all the girls for the pageant before she got on the show. But the girl that everybody is most excited for that we found out is the season 2 winner of Dragula, Miss Bitch Pudding.
Ooh.
And the two of them will be working together, judging the contest. Everybody has till 11 p.m. that night. I'll say it again, 11 p.m. You come in 11:01. Sorry, boo. Try again next year. We're only taking, I believe, 30 entries for the contest. And it's for a whopping $2,500
Whoa.
cold hard cash, baby. Not cash and prizes. It's just cash,
Ooh.
baby.
Well, it sounds like I'm
Come get
going to
that
have to be
coin.
there.
Come get that coin.
I'm coming to get all your coins. Let me dust off my Wonder Woman outfit.
Yes, ma'am.
Angelique.
Okay, well, that's a lot. There's a lot of great things about what you just said. Andrea is one of my Westland sisters. I absolutely love her to death. And then also, I've had the esteemed pleasure working with Butch Puddings multiple times, so I love her as well. So I can't wait to see them both at this event. But after all the fun and games and all the holiday fun is over, we want to know, what can we expect on the regular day-to-day? It's always supposed to be the happening place every day of the week. So what's that going to be like, with the Florida weather, weekly karaoke? What are you giving us?
So 4 times a year, we're going to do big production shows that are basically original productions put on by our production manager, Raquel Blue.
Blue.
Your current rating, Miss Out St. Pete. Yes, yes. Um, we're going to be doing all types of stuff. We're going to have hipster Saturdays where, on Saturday nights, we're going to have big EDM parties. We're going to have live singers, piano players during happy hour, during the week. It's just nonstop craziness. And we're really, 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 really excited for it.
Awesome.
Oh, yay. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It
I can't wait.
does, definitely.
So aside from that, something we've asked all our entertainers that come on the show, and it's one of my favorite questions that I like to get into, is I want to know, for you personally, Nikki, what is the biggest social issue in our local LGBTQ plus community that you think we're facing right now?
That's a really good question. I think it's a lot of things, but the main issue that I'm most privy to, I would have to say, is within the drag community. We're all divided based on what we do and what we can offer and, who we're close to, and of course you have the performers that feel like they're not given a fair shot. So it's just a melting pot of endless issues, I think, to be honest. That's just my take on it.
Right,
I
right,
think
right.
it's a fair take. It seems to be a pretty steeple response across the board, is that we feel like there's a divide in our community. So definitely something to look forward to. But thank you so much for your honesty. I appreciate that.
Always honest, baby. Always.
And speaking of that divide, we're going to kind of talk about that and flesh that out a little bit. Like, where is that coming from, in the community? Because since everyone was saying that from our previous interviews, we're going to flesh it out when we come back. But you know what, Nikki, if anybody wanted to purchase tickets, let's say they don't win the free VIP tickets here. If anyone wants to purchase tickets to this Halloween bash, tell us where that is.
Well, you can actually get tickets on Eventbrite. The tickets are on sale now.
Okay.
It's $20 for general admission. That just gets you in the door. And the VIP tickets are $50, which includes a VIP meet and greet, a photo with you and the entire cast, not just the headliners, because we ain't about that nonsense. Okay. Everybody deserves a spotlight. At the end of the day, yes, they famous, but let's be real. Everybody was a local queen before they got on TV. So moving on. You also get a complimentary cocktail along with that package as well. So.
Tasty.
And this is happening on Halloween, right?
And one shameless plug, one last shameless plug. If you're not doing anything October 30th, please come down to Zoie's for Halloween on Grand Central. It is year 2. We will be doing Dunk-A-Queen with some of your favorite local entertainers in the community. We are getting our asses up in that dunk tank, and we're going to raise some money for charity.
Ooh, Angelique.
We also...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I knew I was going to say that. We're
All
also
right, guys. Go ahead, Nikki.
We're also the only venue on the Strip that is doing stuff inside the venue that's more geared towards children.
Awesome.
So bring your kids on down. We got a costume contest, magic show, games, all that.
And this would be on the 30th in the afternoon?
Mm-hmm. From 12 to 5. Do you have a
start time for that?
From 12 to 5.
12 to 5. Wonderful. And then the Halloween party's on Halloween, correct?
Mm-hmm. And then we also have a glow party
on the 29th, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Halloween bash is on the 29th.
Saturday, and then Sunday is when we're
Sunday,
doing the Central, Halloween Central. Okay, perfect. Sorry. Just wanted to clarify to make sure we all have the dates and times and places right, so nobody shows up on the wrong day, because I was going to come on Halloween and be like, girl, we are.
Trick or treat.
All right, guys. So we're out of time for this part of the segment. We'll be right back with talking about the divide that's going on in our local Bay Area community. We'll be right back. Common Courtesy TV would like to thank our local sponsor, TampaBayGay.com, Tampa's award-winning LGBTQ plus entertainment and news website. Find out what's happening in our Bay Area community by visiting TampaBayGay.com. We'll be right back.
We're back.
Mm-hmm. We're back, and I was checking out that menu. So it's Ivan. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting mad at myself.
Yeah, but see,
You know, like
I have smell-o-vision. Woo, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all thought that didn't exist. I have smell-o-vision. Mm-hmm.
smell-o-vision. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this next. Let's get into this next topic. That's not a thing. All right, so today's topic is the divide in our local LGBTQ plus community. And you know, I asked this because when we asked a couple of guests that we had earlier, like you know what Nikki just said, and also let's say Blue Dream and Dave Borman from TampaBayGay.com, they all expressed you know there's a bit of a divide between certain groups or communities or whatever have you. I kind of want to get to the bottom of it, and I don't think it's going to be done in this one episode, but let's start somewhere. Let's start the conversation. So my question is, if there is a divide, where is it coming from? What do you guys think it's coming from? Like I was thinking earlier, is it by preference? You know, is it by race, ideology, maybe music? What do you guys think?
So it's kind of hard to pinpoint like where it's coming from. I'm just gonna say it's everything and everybody. Point blank, period. That's just the way I see it. Mic drop, done.
I think that the divide started somewhere along the lines as a harmless need for people to have places to go to have their time with people like them. The dating scene is very hard in the gay community, and I think having nights specified towards something allows people to gather in a place that they can find their tribe and be with their tribe. And what started as something innocent has turned into, in essence, segregation, because these people are only going out to hang out with people like them. They only want to be around those people. They feel only comfort in that surrounding. But I find every single time in every single one of those groups, they find that once they get into that room itself is divided. It's divided amongst the people. So even the muscle gays are divided, the twinks are divided, the bears are divided, the lesbians are divided, the trans people are divided. It becomes a division based on personal preference, but it also becomes a division based on insecurities, based on what you don't think you like about yourself or what you think other people don't like about you. So you no longer want to be invested and invited in those people. And so we have to find a way to bring everybody back together. And we can't wait till once a year for Pride to be that reason, because even then at Pride now we're separated by our letters. We're separated in every way, sense, or form. So I think that the reality has to come to everybody where we have to start standing together, and it's going to take our leaders and those people with platforms to step up and actually band together and bring people together.
Gotcha. And then let's go to Ivan. Ivan, what do you think?
Well, now y'all know this topic with me, okay? There's two sides to it. First is the haves and the have-nots, okay? If you have a habit you can't support, you shouldn't have it. That means alcohol, cigarettes, bumming everything else from everybody else. Okay, if you po, just deal with it. But on the serious side, okay? Because I don't give out cigarettes, I don't buy drinks, I'm just saying. But on the serious note, diversity is causing division. And by that, I mean everybody wants to have their piece of the pie and be recognized. And the more you recognize this one, the more you have to recognize this one. And then this one has to be recognized. And that one has to be recognized. To the point where you've now segregated everybody into their own little pockets, and they're all proud of themselves, but they're not mixing with each other. So diversity, yes, I believe in it. It's a double-edged sword, though, because the more diverse you get, the more segregated you become. So my thing is, put all the people together that have, no, well, I'm not going to say that, never mind. Well, yeah, get all the groups together and throw a bunch of money at them, and they'll be fine.
I'm going to speak on behalf of the ladies and also on the behalf of Orlando. Since I'm in Orlando, the divide that I see here amongst the ladies, first of all, everybody thinks that every woman that they see in a gay environment is a lesbian. So that's already a problem, because lesbians do not like to be identified as anything other than lesbian, but there are pansexuals like myself and bisexuals. The other divide that I see is race. Race is a big deal here in Orlando, because we have Latin night, we have the hip hop night, we have the other nights, and it seems to be a problem when you go to other nights. You kind of don't fit in, and they don't make it so you can mix and mingle. And me, I'm a big fan of Latin night. I'm an Afro-Latina, which most people don't know that, and therefore, you know, we need to mix it up. And I think money is not going to resolve the problem. The problem is you're going to have to stop all these different nights, mix it up, play Latin, play everything you possibly can all together.
I agree.
So I was,
It's the way it used to be.
yeah, I agree too. I think, well, I kind of think that there's also an unwillingness to perhaps learn something new because when I first moved to St. Pete, that's kind of why I became Desires some more because I wanted to see why. I saw the divide too. It wasn't just, a little bit of race, it was preference, it was music preferences, ideology, what have you. But I kind of wanted to, I saw that there was, what I discovered, there was a unwillingness to learn from other of the L or the G or the B or the T or the Q community. Like, let's say I was standing in the crowd once and someone was like, whispered in my ear. It wasn't I can't remember which performer it was that was performing at that time, but a guy whispered to me and said, I thought drag was just men and women. Why do we have trans queens? And I was like, well, it sounds like you, sir, are kind of you don't know what's going on in your own community. So I kind of see that portion of it, like, when we go to gender identity and pronouns, we do have some people in our community that are unwilling to understand where that come from, because a lot of the times, when we were studying things back in the day, we didn't have all the information. And not only that, no one put money into studying lesbian, gay, bi, and trans, whatever. Now, because even myself now, I'm understanding more things on a different level, because it's not just myself in this, it's everybody. So I kind of found that was interesting. We have time, so let's go around the table real fast.
We're gonna get real serious for a second. This is something that the children, and I will say children, nowadays seem to think activism is. Listen, we really want to fix the divide. How about we start with ourselves? And instead of activism is not attacking someone for their belief. It is understanding and educating them. I mean, it's gotten so bad lately that it is to a point where we literally bully people into silence. What the actual fuck, people? Get it together.
Well, that's because the entitlement.
Okay.
It's because the entitlement of quote unquote activism is really subtle terrorism. That's the bottom line. You don't agree with me?
Right.
If you don't agree
Right.
with me, I'm going to wipe you out and I'm going to shut you down and make sure you can't speak up about it until you maybe get brainwashed and realize, come to my side. That ain't happening. So that sense of entitlement for some people who don't
You don't work
know
like
any
that.
better, they think because they're breathing that they're entitled to something. No, you got to pay some dues, babe. Sorry.
With the idea of education, and I do agree with what Aleesha said. Like, I'm very much about like this idea that we have to put people. Actually, like three of you said it. Actually, Nikki said it, Sean said it, and Aleesha said it, all in kind of different ways. But everybody kind of, you are on a different level, Ivan Hush. But no, but everybody's talking about education. Everybody's talking about taking the time to really embrace who you are. It's about putting everybody together in a melting pot and becoming a unit again. Before, when we had our struggle was that if I don't help you, we're all going to get wiped out. Now it's kind of like there's so much thinness in the air that a lot of people are kind of like, well, my group is kind of safe and your group is the one that's on edge. And it's kind of like, we got to help these people, but these people are like struggling too. And so everybody's kind of like picking their battles rather than just helping everyone. And so I really feel like that does come back to education, because it really has to be about who started what. Like, people were all about, education. Then they find out that, a drag queen threw the first brick. And then now people are, we have to go back to that point where we have to explain to people the difference between a drag queen, a transvestite, a transgender, and all these different things. We have to break down these walls and educate people as to why things are different. The time we take to do that is a lot. And it's crucial though. Like I said, once again, people with the platform, these pageant winners, these people who have radio shows like us, these people who are out there constantly in the mix in the community, need to take more time and emphasize that. I run a thing that I do with colleges where I go to colleges during sex weeks and I educate them on the different types of people in their own community, and I introduce them to the performers, and educate them on how they got into this business and how they chose the life they chose. And then I go to high schools and I talk to kids and I encourage them to fight their insecurities, and I encourage them to learn about who they are, so that when they go out into the world, they don't challenge the world based on who they think they should be, but they challenge the world to accept them on
and
who
you're
they
doing
are.
that, and you're doing that by giving them the education of that. I just don't want to run out of time. Aleesha, let me go to you.
I think that, it's fine to have your separate spaces, but you definitely need time together. And we really don't have that many spaces to choose from to mingle with other people. For instance, when people see people that do drag, a lot of times you don't get a chance to even get to know them off the stage. And it would be nice to get to know, trans girls, drag, You know, a lot of the gay guys, etc., you don't really see them anywhere except a nightclub. So I wish we could create a space where we can mix and mingle, just for, I don't know, getting to know you purposes, and that would help everyone learn how to blend and get along.
And that's what we're all
Absolutely.
about as always.
Yeah, and I was gonna, because we ran out of time. I was just gonna say, I think Zoe's is a very nice step in towards that, because not only is it that they serve food, it's a bar and grill, so you can, if you want to have a
It's a
little drink,
restaurant.
yeah, a restaurant. But you guys are open rather late as well. You're open till 2. So let's say if you're doing the the Wednesday fresh start at cocktails. You just walk on over, or even the talent contest at Enigma. And they're serving food, and they have like their own shows there too. So it's, I really love the idea of a place for everyone. I hope they strive a place for everyone, because, I don't agree with sometimes when Ivan says, diversity is more division. It isn't. I think it's kind of shining light on ways that we are different, because that's how we are unique, but I think that, like, we would notice, shine the light on when there's, trans murders, or, black and brown people and blah, all this stuff. So we want to highlight them, but when we need to highlight those things, like Angelique said, we need to stand behind it, research it first, stand behind it, though. Like I heard a lot of voices from lesbians and trans men about the abolishment of Roe v. Wade. I was behind that movement. I'm behind, attacking anybody. If you're in my community, you're safe. But we're out of time, everyone. So I want to thank everyone for watching. But first and foremost, I do want to thank our guest, Nikki Silva from Zoe's, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been a big fan of the show for the longest time. I'm
And
so
thank
grateful
you.
that you brought me on.
We're grateful to have you. And also, I want to thank my co-host for being here. And Aleesha, welcome to the panel. We're going to get to know
Aleesha,
you
yay,
more and
yay,
more and
Thank
more.
you.
yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's the Ratchet crew. Okay, so also as well, I wanted to add, if you wanted to find out more information about what's going on in the Bay Area in general, I'll get more information about what's going on everywhere else. But TampaBayGay.com, run by our sponsor, Dave Foreman, has a lot of information on what's going on in the Bay Area. Not only that, in Florida, especially in our LGBTQ plus community. Thank you guys so much for watching. And like I always like to say, try to have a little bit more common courtesy. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Follow our podcast page, Common Courtesy TV, here on Facebook and YouTube for more conversations on love, sex, relationships, and commentary on the latest trending news. And listen to us on multiple podcast platforms via commoncourtesytv.buzzsprout.com.